Welcome to the third quarter, everybody.
What is this? What is going on right now?
I said, what the hell are you talking about?
What's my package look like? Yo!
Welcome to the third quarter, everybody.
Yeah.
We talk about what do we talk about? We talk about sports. We talk about more sports and things that we like regarding sports. That's really all we talk about. Wait,
I need
what's
to
that?
be able to hold a football conversation, though, for sure. That's one.
Oh yeah.
I cannot.
You can't?
Oh, man. Like,
Well,
I
when
don't know
people start
what's going
talking
on.
about strategies in football, I'm like, all right, I'm out. I just know I can say some stats.
I can't even do that.
Like they just switched to a 3-4, and you're like, okay.
I don't know what that is. Was that 3 defensive linemen and then 4 backs?
That's
Like, not backs,
What?
but
No, it's
middle
three
linebackers.
linebackers.
defensive coordinators, 4 offensive coordinators.
Okay.
That's kind of tough, actually.
But anyway, welcome to the first episode of Third Quarter Warriors.
There.
I don't know what our topics are going to be today. It's probably going to be all over the place, but we're going to start with just some trending news and topics. First, Richard Jefferson. He reffed a summer league game.
Sure did.
He blew a call. I don't know if you guys saw that. He absolutely blew a call. But he looks... I feel like he has the exact build of like a high school ref. He's just like 6 inches taller than what a high school ref would be.
Was
saw
that
one of those,
over and back call? It was over and back, right?
It was an out of bounds call. Like the dude hit it out right in front of him and he said it this way and everyone was like, what? And then the ref came over. He's like, RJ, nah.
Oh,
Wait, he got corrected.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And then and you saw him just kind of like tuck his tail. He's like, all right. He's
Yeah,
always
he's
so
learning
critical of
experience.
refs.
Learning experience. Chalk it up.
how you
people were
guys
like
feel
saying
about that?
stuff about it on TikTok, and then he started responding to people on TikTok about like, not everyone can get every call right. Like defensive about it.
I feel like Richard Jefferson's TikTok lives are like all satire. Like he does that like fake rage, like outburst stuff, and people eat it up. I love it.
This is probably going to be like a weekly thing for us, but what do you got? Where are we at with KD right now? I haven't been keeping up. I'm tired of keeping up with where he's going. But
No.
do you guys have any news about where do you think he's going?
I saw that this was like obviously teased that they would do straight up LeBron for KD, right? So let's talk about this. KD goes to LA. He gets to reunite with Westbrook. Apparently they've mended everything.
Yeah.
I disagree 100%. There's no way they can mend that fucking friendship.
Agreed.
Excuse my language. And then LeBron gets to go to New York or Brooklyn. He gets Kyrie, and then he gets Ben, another clutch client. I mean, if anybody could get anything from Ben Simmons, it could be LeBron. It could be LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron would have him shooting pull-ups. Someone an Instagram that LeBron posted when I think it was in 2018 when they beat the Knicks in the playoffs, or maybe 2017. An Instagram resurfaced that he posted that was just him at midcourt, and it was like, "I'm the king of New York." And I was like, that is so disrespectful. So maybe he'll return and actually be.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think what they should do is just straight up swap KD and Donovan Mitchell. Just do a straight up swap. Because listen, KD in Utah, no pressure. He fails. Oh, they didn't have a team around him, nothing. He acts like he's the god, averages 40 points a game, going crazy. Donovan Mitchell goes to the Nets, just blames everything on Ben Simmons. He's good too. They have a full-on rebuild. It's all good.
Bro, Ben Simmons would love Donovan Mitchell too, because Donovan Mitchell shoots like 30 shots a game.
It's
I'll
true.
take out like any
Take all my
8.
shots.
No, I've seen some wild stuff around KD. I'm tired of seeing these like posts. I'm just like, he's not going to the Spurs. Like, why would him and Ayton go to the Spurs, and why would Westbrook be the only other piece that gets traded to Memphis? Like the most bizarre stuff you see. It's like, why is that even a thing?
Yeah, it's definitely those accounts farming content.
It's content and just any type of trending thing right now. They're just trying to take advantage of.
I respect it. You brought up the Spurs though. You guys see Keldon Johnson, who is a guy that I'm pretty sure I've never watched play for 1 minute. Signed a 4-year, $80 million contract with them. I don't even know who that is.
Deserve.
He played on the USA team, and he played like okay.
On the USA? Oh yeah, that because no one played. Like no one
No one
wanted to play.
Well, and he
So
was a
they
rookie,
invited
right? They
him,
always
and he
have one
played
rookie come in.
okay. And all of a sudden, I'm like, he is not your future. This guy, oh my God, he's like what 6'8". He's like a power forward kind of.
He was the guy that was always in the NBA like free agents that I would pick up for the last 2 games of the week before I drop him again, because I'm like, oh, maybe he hits 3 threes. Maybe he just gets me an extra 20 points to get past Brian's team or something.
Yeah.
He's
That was
yeah.
I watched him just because I picked him up in fantasy a couple times. Like he's a good player. I think he could be like decent, but he'll never be a superstar. He's just going to be like
they had the money. They had the money.
Yeah.
Who does he play like?
He's in that Kyle Anderson tier. He's a good role player.
He's a better shooter than Kyle Anderson, and I think
he's got a quicker release than Kyle.
Everybody has a quicker release.
Quicker
release on Kyle Anderson's name. Kyle Anderson.
Quicker step back, quicker free throws, quicker subbing in, subbing out, quicker
y'all
changes quicker in the locker room.
Y'all don't know that Kyle Anderson's slowness is actually an advantage because everyone's used to playing against like super athletic players. But then they go against Kyle Anderson and he hits them with the like 5-second Euro step. And they're already on, they've landed again from their jump to block. And he's like just started going.
Bro, it is not a benefit to be extremely slow. Like imagine his skill set. Like he's a good shooter, good ball handler, good decision maker. If he could move quickly, all the best players are fast.
Y'all haven't seen.
It's a difference between like
keep pulling up
and then being slow, bro. Like,
we don't have time to watch a Kyle Anderson crossover, bro.
Have not seen Kyle Anderson. They're called slow breaks, not fast breaks. Slow breaks. Hold on, let me see.
We're not watching this. I don't want to watch. We'll take the rest of our podcast because you can't. He even makes the video watching slow. Like you can't even watch the video in real time.
Oh, I only hope they'd slow down the slow-mo fast breaks. Wait, Kyle Anderson is the slowest NBA player. This is great. We'll watch this another time, but this is content right here. One of the greatest players in NBA history. Greatest role players.
We'll move on to I'll let Ant talk about this one probably because this is Ant's favorite player. So Russ and his agent broke up after 14 years of working together, and there are quote irreparable disagreements between the two. And the agent quote pretty much was saying like Russ has been on 3 different organizations in 3 years. If he left again, it'd be like his 4th or 5th or something. And he's like, Russell is gonna find a fit, whether it's him taking a back seat to a superstar or playing well again, and he will be he'll honor that role that he's gonna have in the Hall of Fame one year. That's what so his agent was like nice about it, but probably just trying to like not burn any bridges so like he can get other clients, in my opinion. But he's probably pissed. But Ant, what you think about that, bro? And what do you think Russ is gonna do?
Well, them separating is kind of alarming because I would never want to separate a guy from a guy who, when I knew I was not a good player, got me up to $49 million in a year. Hey, that guy has been stealing from franchises for years. Yeah, that, in my opinion, he has not been good since 2016. He has been god awful since that MVP year. After that, he has just tailed. But
he was good on the Wizards.
No, he's not.
Yes, he was.
Listen. The problem with Russell Westbrook is that not that he doesn't play hard, not that he is not a good player. It's just that he shoots horribly, right? Can we all agree? They're open shots. It's not like he's being defended. He is missing wide open shots.
Are you taking Ben Simmons or Westbrook to hit a 3?
Westbrook has hit clutch 3s. Ben Simmons literally has hit like 1.
You have to one in a preseason, and I lost my mind.
1 3.
We gotta let everybody know that I what was this 3 or 4 years ago? He played. He was playing in a pro-am game or a pickup game, and I thought he was going to be the next guy.
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons.
He does that every offseason. He's always like pulling up from the logo in the offseason and draining some random 3. And then the NBA comes around and he will not shoot the ball. Like he is so afraid to shoot.
I've never seen someone's arm shake when they shoot. Like he's like
I kind of like respect him though, because I don't think he's posting the videos of him shooting. And everyone's like, post videos of you shooting. I'm like, he's probably not doing that because like he doesn't want you to expect him to be shooting because he's not gonna be. But like he like still gonna work on it and try to improve it, and then people post it. So I think about it, low key respect him for that because he's not like, oh look, I'm cashing from 3 and then gets in the game and won't shoot it, because I would just be
Like if he was the one actively posting shooting workouts and then not shooting in games, that's a little different.
I mean, I don't know what they're training.
But another agent, like this was random, I saw the other day. It's MLB related though, but that guy Freddie Freeman, he was played for the Braves. He just fired his agent. He went to the Dodgers, and when they just played each other the other night, he found out that his agent never told him about the final offer the Braves made for him to stay there long term. And it was like ridiculous because his agent just didn't like the Braves and he didn't want to be around that organization anymore. And so he just found that out. So like right before the game, fired his agent and was literally in talks like mid-game while he's on base with the like coaches, like, why didn't you take our offer? And that's how he found out like,
L agent,
all the details.
L agent.
I was like, this dude, and he's one of the best hitters in the league right now. He's literally making like 50 million a year. Like it's ridiculous. Like I'm like, okay, that's terrible. I would fire him so fast.
Is that like, are agents regulated by anything? Like, does he get disbarred from the MLB because of that? Or
I don't know. I don't know what like the rule is. I mean, I think it's just
how much power does an agent have?
Like,
I don't know.
Who's going to trust this guy to go get them a deal and keep getting him good deals? If just, I hate the Padres. I don't want you to work. Like, what does that matter to you? You're making money off of this guy. You don't even have to go to the games. Don't go to the games. Just sit at home.
Speaking of good MLB deals, Juan Soto just turned down $440 million from the Nationals to play for a different organization. 440 million. I don't care. I'll give you my
years.
I'll be under contract for 80 years for 440 million.
You'll never see that money.
They offered him 15 years, 440. Someone will pay him more than that. I know. He is ridiculously good.
I honestly didn't know it was 15 years. That is insane. Because
I mean, that's still $30 million a year. Dude, I don't know what NBA.
Even if you're a rookie and you're 22, that means you're there till you're 37. You're retiring there. Like,
are baseball players making more or like the same as 10 years ago? More. I know football and NBA is going up. More. MLB is making more too.
Because like Alex Rodriguez signed that huge deal, like, I don't even know, a long time ago. And that was like, I think it was like $120 million. They're like, this is the craziest deal ever. And now,
yeah, you're right.
Dude turned down 400.
Actually, hey, that was a lot of money. The number one deal is Bryce Harper right now, 13 years, 330. So if he turned down 15, 440,
but he's probably also thinking about like in 10 years, is 30
million.
Oh,
no. Yeah, he doesn't want to be tied unless traded for like an organization. He doesn't want to be set in the.
He wants to play the free agency and be like, oh, I could get 50 million in 2030.
Yeah, it's way more now. Alex Rodriguez was 10 years, 275.
That's such a stupid offer from the Nationals too. Why would you want a guy for 15 years? He's not going to be good, and like that just seems lazy. It's like we just want to make sure we got.
Well, also,
I think baseball players are good till they're like after they're past 35, right? Baseball players are good.
They can be good longer, but also those aren't guaranteed contracts like the NBA are. Like there's ways to like, oh, you get a Tommy John surgery, you're out for whatever. Like you can lose that length of contract. It's not guaranteed.
Well, enough baseball. I hate talking. Keldon Johnson. Okay, the Suns matched Ayton's deal, so there's another deal that just happened. 4-year, 133. I don't really care that they re-signed him. He's like the most boring player ever, in my opinion. I think he's solid.
I need to fix my curtains.
And I honestly think that the Spurs are going to get more out of Keldon Johnson than the Suns will get out of Ayton, and I don't even know anything about Keldon Johnson. But that's my opinion.
I'm pretty sure
that's an interesting take. Wait, explain.
So the Spurs are at 20 million. Suns like what is that 30 something 31 million, something like that.
Yeah.
For Ayton, and like I just think Ayton is gonna just stay getting injured and just be dramatic, and I feel like Keldon Johnson, the fact that I've never heard of him, that like that's good, so that he's not dramatic and he
Keldon?
must be pretty good and he's young, and so I
He's
think
good.
that's a better deal for the Spurs
Yes.
than the Suns is for Ayton. They just probably felt like we don't want to just lose him, and I guarantee they're going to try to trade him after 6 months.
Yeah, they're trading him. Trade
Oh,
deadline.
yeah, 100%.
Gone by the
Keldon-
trade deadline.
Keldon Johnson averaged 17 and 6 last year rebounds, and what's it called? Shot 47% and 40 from 3.
Yeah,
So,
like
The classic 17, 40, and 6.
47
The
and
stat
40.
line everyone always talks
that's a
about.
nice stat line, actually. I think that's like a new standard. I need to fix these guys.
I'm gonna look at some Keldon Johnson highlights because I'm with you. I don't know.
I don't know.
What-
He seems like just from his name, I think he seems like the most normal player of all time. Like probably has great fundamentals.
I mean, I think he's good. I think he's going to be good. I think he'll be like who's a like middle of the pack player.
Richard Jefferson.
I think he'll be
he's
better than Richard Jefferson. I think he'll be more like Rudy Gay when Rudy Gay was good before he got a bunch of injuries. I think he'll be like that level of player.
Yeah, he's actually pretty athletic too. He's dunked on some people last year.
Paul
Yeah, I
George.
think he's good.
You wish.
Paul, wait,
Paul
what?
George is so freaking skilled offensively.
No,
though.
he won't be
Skilled
good.
offensively, but where's the production?
The best NBA player. Like he should be a top 5 NBA player.
Paul
Paul
George.
George is
Just
so
by the metrics.
good.
You know he's like 6'10". The guy can shoot. He can dribble.
6'10".
Yes.
He's tall.
6'10".
Paul George is really tall.
Yes. He's 6'10".
If Kevin Durant's 7 feet, Paul George is 6'10".
I'd say he's 6'8",
He's
but yeah.
6'8".
No, he's 6'10".
Why? So what do you know
6'9".
about him that makes him 6'10" that the internet does not know?
Look at him standing next to KD.
Bro, that stuff doesn't
so all
actually
the-
matter. That's all about angles and
alright,
who's
If
standing up
KD is
straight.
7 feet, Paul George is 6'10".
This is going to mediate it. All the draft websites where he's done draft combines and stuff, he's measured at 6'9", so we're right in between.
That was for
So he's
drafting.
probably
So
he's
he
like
was
6'8"
young,
and a
man.
half.
He could have even grown since.
I mean, but realistically, like 6'8" with no shoes in the NBA is like 6'10". So he's like 6'10". Like Paul George is.
We don't have to say no shoes. Everyone's measure. It's not like, oh, I'm 6'8" with shoes and you're 6'6" with no shoes. Like, no, we're the same height.
But like that's how they measured in the NBA though. There's measurements without and with shoes, and KD is like 7 feet, but it's with shoes.
But
So
that's
the
why-
reason people call KD 7 feet is because he plays like a 7-footer. It's not because they care where his head actually
He
is.
played like a guard.
It's 'cause when- No,
7-footer.
I mean, he plays like a 7-footer in terms of if he stood there and reached his arm up, it's higher than a 7-footer would reach, and that's what actually matters is where your arms are in
So
basketball.
Kawhi
Okay,
Leonard
okay.
though.
I can see
Kawhi
what
Leonard though.
He's a
got
footer.
Kawhi Leonard, what? He's a 7'9". He's got
Kawhi
like a
Leonard
6 weeks.
has normal arms, but his hands go like
His hands-
extra.
Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that clip of that picture of him blocking someone with just his middle finger?
Yes.
That's the best block ever, bro.
Kawhi, love Kawhi. I can't wait until one day we get like a 30 for 30 if Kawhi ever does anything after he graduates the NBA. I can't wait till we get a 30 for 30 on him and just he says anything at all, or just interview the people in his life. Is he married?
You think we'll hear from him after he retires? I don't think we will.
No.
He might not even live in the United States after he retires.
They'd have to like fly to whatever country he lives in with one person with a camera and just like record an interview with him. He'd be like, "All right, $50 million, I'll do it."
I'm watching Keldon Johnson highlights. He's not bad. Not a bad player.
He's good. But the thing is, Ayton's good too, though. He's just like the problem is he's like a prototypical like 90s big man.
Yeah, he's out
like
of
he's
his
just
era.
a defender, rebounder, and he'll just like put back shots, but he's not gonna like create.
Well,
really.
also he's like the third option because it goes Devin Booker, then Ayton. So
Does any
he's like not even going to get he doesn't get as much touches.
Does any NBA player that has like 15 points have bad highlights though? I'm pretty sure they're gonna look good in the
J.R.
highlights
Smith
if they play in the
would be
NBA.
J.R. Smith comes to mind. Someone who
He would have insane highlights.
J.R. Smith has
his
No,
some-
but you know he's
J.R.
got
Smith-
bad highlights.
J.R.
No.
Smith, his highlights are up here, his lowlights are like
He was on Shaq a lot.
That is like JaVale McGee, like those bad highlights were some of the.
No one is as bad as that.
Like if you had him and this year's Westbrook on the same team, they would average 13 turnovers together, not with no one touching the ball. Like the amount of
some
times
teams
JaVale
should
McGee,
just do that, bro. You would sell so many tickets. Be like, we have JaVale McGee, Ben Simmons, and Russell Westbrook.
I would just buy courtside seats so I could take home a ball because I'm gonna get one at some point during the
You're
game.
gonna get a couple.
I guarantee if Ben had to play with those two guys, he would sit out. He'd say, "Nah, the mental came back, bro."
What?
My
Okay,
back,
hold
my back.
on. Following off on that, over under Ben Simmons 50 games this year.
Under.
Under. I'm taking the
Whoa,
under.
50?
They're playing 82, right? Full 82.
Yeah. Well, actually, are they switching that up? I don't know. Actually,
It's 82.
okay.
Okay, so
Yeah, they shouldn't make the season shorter, in my opinion.
Yeah.
that's like if he starts the season like playing from game one, I say he plays 55 or so. If he doesn't start playing right away, no, he might not even hit 40.
You're taking the over.
I'm
taking the under. I think so it all depends on the situation around him. But I think if Katie and Kyrie are gone and they get like young players for him, I think Ben Simmons plays maybe 30 games.
You're saying he's gonna play less games because more is on his shoulders?
Yeah.
I see both sides
really
though.
is back.
I could see him being like, "Oh, KD and Kyrie are playing, like they don't need me," and then also being like, "Oh, I'm not gonna play. We just lost KD and Kyrie." I could just see he in his head. He's just gonna somehow figure out a reason to not play.
What's his contract right now?
I think he has
Too
2 years
much.
left, right?
Too much.
They always give him player options.
Too much.
So,
Bro, imagine if you had someone working for you for the past 2 years and they've 2 different companies
so
and he
much money.
never came into work one day.
5 years,
2 different-
180.
Years 180. How many years does he have left?
Keldon Johnson's a better deal than that.
It is.
He's not a free agent until
I think
2025.
their segment. Let's just talk about deals. Do they
Deals that Keldon Johnson is a
Keldon or
better
not?
deal than. That'd be a good segment.
Is this
Like,
a
we've run out of stuff.
Keldon Johnson fan podcast?
I don't even like him. I just said to start. I don't even know who he is.
We're warming up to him, low key. He's kinda,
Um,
I didn't know he was shooting 40% from 3. Like that's really
Yeah, I
good.
didn't
Actually,
know that either. Good contract.
Got
Dude, the
Spurs
Spurs, they
stats
know what
though,
they're
bro.
doing,
He
man.
can't take bad shots.
They're gonna tank. They're gonna get that Victor Wembanyama guy, and they're gonna be disgusting.
Who?
I've seen highlights of that dude. That dude
They
is-
said the Thunder are just gonna tank again and get him and have him and Chet.
Oh my God.
him, Chet, and Poku.
I don't think the league will let that happen. I don't think they'll let it happen.
the Thunder will just
They could
confiscate the Thunder's picks.
they could not even have a top 10 pick for whatever reason, and then just be like, oh well, we want the first pick. Here's our 27 other picks. You can take them.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I remember seeing that guy on TikTok, Victor Wembanyama. He's insane.
Yeah.
already better than Rudy Gobert.
He looks like young Giannis.
That's what I was saying. I think he's
Ooh.
built a lot like young
Okay.
Giannis is.
Is Tobias Harris's contract absolutely terrible?
What's
He's
he
making
got?
37 and a half.
Yeah, because he just doesn't perform though.
Like
That's a
when he
lot.
when he got that contract, he was coming off like an all-star season, right?
Bro, he was all-star level play, and I thought he was going to take that next step and like start hitting a lot of threes and just being just like you see him and you're like,
He averaged what Keldon Johnson averaged last year. 18 and 7. Keldon Johnson 17 and 6.
oh wow. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I guess he's just like an okay player now. Like I really thought he was going to be like it was
I thought
going to be like
really
a
good,
big
yeah.
3. I thought the Sixers were going to have a big 3, but he's just
And
kind of like
if they
He's
would
okay.
have dropped him, and kept Jimmy, you think they would have won a title? I think they win a title for
bro,
sure.
if Kawhi misses the shot, then the Sixers still have Jimmy.
For sure, I agree. With
Kawhi ain't missing that shot.
that.
That
The
was as
weirdest-
close to a miss as you could have gotten.
He did a duck squat. Like
that
when he-
picture, I'm getting that picture. I'm getting a poster of that and I'm putting it right.
Put it on the front of your house, bro.
Just get a flag. Just get a flag that blows.
All right, let's go to the next topic. So this is about LeBron James. I'm a big LeBron fan for you listeners that don't know. He called the Celtics fans racist on Uninterrupted. I don't know if you guys saw that. Someone asked him like, "Oh, what's your favorite? What's like the hardest fan base or the fan base that has the biggest impact on you as a player?" He's like Boston, and he was like, "Why you say Boston?" And he's like, "Cause they some racist motherfucker."
I saw
he was like, "It's fine though. Like I don't care. I've dealt with it my whole life." He's like, "But there's no line in Boston like some other stadiums have." He's like, "You say whatever you want in Boston."
Really?
Didn't that happen? And didn't something come out during the finals about that too? Like where people, who was saying
they were doing a Draymond. They were doing a Draymond.
And Clay was crying about it. I hate Clay, bro. Clay was crying about it. Clay was like, "It's ridiculous. They're dropping f-bombs. There's kids here." I'm like, Clay, you have the dirtiest mouth of anyone.
Like, real classy Boston. Real classy.
I'm like, oh my god. He tried to have his LeBron moment when he pissed off LeBron and LeBron took over. He tried to be like, "Oh yeah, they pissed me off." Like, Clay, you averaged 4 probably.
Clay, most overrated player in the NBA. Clay Thompson.
Worst comeback in the NBA, Clay Thompson.
Straight to an NBA championship.
Going to
You can't, and even if he played so bad, he won a championship. You can't say it's bad.
Worst comeback.
I wish. Best comeback in the NBA, Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins is goated. He should have won finals.
Was he injured?
But it wasn't was he hurt? You're just saying
just
like,
bad.
He was just going downhill.
Yeah, he just wasn't that good.
Best trade improvement, Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they got him for free. I think the
Warriors
might have given them something too. Like that was an easy trade for them.
Casey, what do you think of the new foul rule? They're gonna do harsher calls for like take fouls, like if someone's on a fast break. So it's not just clear path now. It's like if you intentional foul someone to stop a fast break, it's gonna be like I think 1 free throw and the ball, like automatically.
So essentially a flagrant foul, but not a flagrant foul.
Yeah, like you won't get ejected, but like you won't get ejected for 2 of them, but you're gonna like get a free throw and the ball. They were doing it in the summer league.
I like that.
I like it because, it's going to make the game stay more up pace and it's not just going to be a dead ball. And then like, oh, it was below the 4 minutes and now it's also a TV timeout. Like there's a lot of things that it'll affect more, I feel like.
More injuries maybe though, because more fast breaks.
Yeah, maybe, but
more highlights.
But people were doing it in the most bizarre scenarios. It's like half the team was back on defense and the guy got by him and he just did a take foul. I'm like,
yeah, like bro, get in front of him.
I think people were doing it just to kind of like have a mini timeout sometimes too.
Like I'm out of shape. I need
Chris Paul. The amount of times Chris Paul, like they'd turn it over and he would just be like, just grab someone in the playoffs. Absurd.
Well, it's also gonna affect like even superstars would do it just like occasionally, and then they'd pick up 1 foul, and then the next possession get a quick second foul. So now they're not gonna take those take fouls, and maybe people won't foul on as much too.
Yeah. That would help maybe Jaren Jackson stay on the floor.
That dude's I've never seen a guy average fouling out. He averaged that series 6 fouls a game. He fouled out every single game.
Like he is so
once
good,
in the third.
But he's just out of control. Like I think he's too athletic for his maturity. Like
he's still growing into his body, Brian. I think that's what it is. I think he's still maturing and trying to figure out his own body.
Like he's so good, but he just cannot control himself. Like when he jumps, he's fouling something. It's either a block or a foul every time.
I feel like he won. I feel like he should win Defensive Player of the Year next year. Because I don't think he's gonna foul as much. I think his coaches like are gonna take an off season to be like, bro, look, you literally like lost us the series by fouling out every game. Like the Warriors have no big men, and you fouled out every game. So
yeah, I mean, I think Jaren has like crazy upside. He's so good. He's a good 3-point. Well, I don't know if he shot that good percentage wise this year, but he's like a good 3-point shooter, and he's a great defensive player. Super athletic, pretty good rebounder. Like he's a good player.
I get like Embiid vibes from him, low key for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't.
Aaron Jackson.
Just like a smooth. He's like a smooth guy.
I don't think he'll ever be that good.
He's not smooth at all. I think he doesn't have any. I don't think he has anything.
I follow him on TikTok. His TikToks are kind of smooth.
Let's go.
I still don't agree that Marcus Smart should have gotten.
No, I don't think anyone except for Marcus Smart and his mom think he should have won that.
You don't think so? He's on the best defensive
You
team?
watch him guarding in the finals. He's so
okay.
The Celtics
name
were
one
the
person who can guard Steph Curry. Don't worry, I'll wait.
well. I mean, no one can guard like any superstar in the NBA. That's why they average 30. That's not what I'm saying, bro.
I think he's a very good defensive player, and like you can tell, he clearly elevates their defensive level. But Robert Williams is a better defensive player than him, and he's on the same team.
I'll take that. I think Robert Williams. He's my ideal big in the NBA. Like if I could make a team,
He's so good.
Like let's honestly, I would love to know your ideal starting fives, all of you. But like if I could make my own, Robert Williams is my 5. Just
really?
Because of the firepower I would take.
I would take Nikola Jokic or Joel Embiid.
Yeah, what?
I want Robert.
I mean, if you're talking about like,
my team's killing it.
Easy to say.
That's a take.
We can talk about this.
That's a hot take.
My team would kill yours.
No.
So
if your 5 is Robert Williams.
So are you taking Embiid or Jokic at the 4, or are you just not taking them?
That's a good question.
Are we doing true positions?
He's putting Jokic at the 1.
True positions.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna probably do LeBron
at the 1. At the
no,
3,
I'm
right?
just gonna come out LeBron.
Tell me the positions.
Yeah, he's the true positions.
I want LeBron. I want Steph. I want Robert.
Okay, so
I
it's
want
like
Kawhi.
1, 3, 5, 2.
I want Kawhi, and I'll probably take.
You need like a 3 or a 4 because LeBron's at 3-4.
I'll probably put LeBron at the 4.
Well, who's your 3 then?
You said Kawhi.
Who's your 2 then?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I really want Devin Booker, but that motherfucker can't do nothing.
There honestly aren't that many good shooting guards in the NBA.
I'm gonna take Luka, bro.
He's a point guard.
Steph at the 2.
I thought we were doing true positions.
You right.
Else I'll go like Steph.
Yeah, I'll look at our fantasy. If you can't put him in a guard slot, the 2 guard slot, you can't play him.
Fair enough.
So,
all right. Next topic, and then I'll get into 2 more segments that I have: embrace debate and ball sack or fact. So we're just gonna do like 2 more of these. So is it messed up what the Jazz did to Donovan Mitchell, like saying we want him, he's our guy, and then Donovan Mitchell being like, all right, bet, and then they're like, you know what, we kind of want to trade him.
Yeah, I don't know why organizations, front offices, why you have to lie. Like we all knew, like, yo, once you blow up Gobert, what are you gonna do? You really think you can build a team around a 6'1" guard? As Brian stated in our group chat, he is Kemba Walker, just a little bit better, just a little better version. Not a bad take. I'm just very confused as to why you would do that. It sends a bad message to other players, knowing that they'll stab you in your back. I don't know. To me, that's just very.
Isn't that what players do though?
But it's different. This is an organization.
Harden does it.
I just think, I don't know.
I guess like with Harden though,
Paul George does it. Every team Paul George has been on, he said, "I want to win a championship here. I want to retire here."
That's true. Paul George does it. But is it Paul George that does it, or does the team ship out Paul George? Because I thought
he leaves as a free agent, I think, right? Or for the Thunder? I don't actually remember how he left the Thunder.
I don't either.
He traded. It was a trade. Remember, because
Kawhi
ended up Kawhi. Wow.
Kawhi recruited him,
and then Kawhi was like, "I want him," and they said, "Okay, we want him."
Bro, Paul George is good. He's really good. We all meme him because of playoff P, but he is so good.
He should be the best player in the NBA.
He was second or third MVP voting when he was I'm pretty sure when he was on OKC, right?
You know who else was second or third MVP voting was Carson Wentz a couple years ago. So is he really good?
No, he's always
you can't say one and not have the other, Ant.
That's football versus basketball though. That's different.
Oh, come on.
Football, you could be the best player in the league one year and then be complete garbage for no reason.
I'll never understand football, how that happens.
It's because I don't think anyone's that much better than anyone. They just are in good systems. I think that's all football is.
football is so coaching based. Like it's the only sport where the coach is like the coach designs every single play. So whether you're good or not depends if the coach thinks you're good or not. Like if you have the opportunity to be good. So like if the coach is just suddenly like, you know what, I think this guy's better than you, and you don't get as many opportunities, you're just not going to be as good.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to. Actually, I had one more on this. So it's just like a hater comment. So I'm so tired of Damian Lillard and him saying, "Oh, like I'm like so loyal to the Blazers." Like he said, "I'm proud to be that guy that like is the loyal NBA player." As he signs a 2-year, $122 million extension. No, you're just proud to make $60 extra million a year. What do you mean you're proud to be that guy? You're proud to be super rich, and that's fine, but like he's like hiding behind this facade that he's like loyal. Like, no, bro, you're just raking in insane amounts of money.
I don't like that he says like, oh, you guys are running from the grind, blah blah blah. But like you just literally invited KD to come to your team. Like you want him to run from the grind and come hang out with
and like,
you.
do you not want to win, Dame? Like that's what it takes. You're not gonna win on the Trailblazers or with this roster. Like you have to do something in this NBA. You're not gonna win by yourself.
No.
Like I kind of respect it though in a weird way because this guy like he has conned the entire world into thinking that like he's all about Portland. He loves this, but really this dude's just making a bag.
Yes.
And he's getting a bag to have no pressure. Like he never has any pressure to perform. And he's making $60 million a year to never be expected to do anything.
He realizes that the grass is not greener. He's like, right here, everyone will. I'll lose every year, and they'll go, they need to get Dame someone. And he's like, facts.
Get Dame some help.
I don't give a fuck.
And he's not even watering his own grass. He's just sitting inside. He's hiring someone else to do it.
He is only like, I think there's only like 14 or 15 total players in the league who have stayed with the same team that are current players right now. Mm-hmm. And the Warriors have 4 of them.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have literally a fourth of the players in the league that have stayed with the same team are the Warriors. Now they've won championships, so it's hard to be like bye, but that's pretty crazy. I mean, that shows like that's crazy in their organization. That shows a better organization because I don't think any of the players on the Trailblazers have been there more than 2 or 3 years alongside Dame. I think that's a completely new team that's not rebuilding.
Yeah.
I don't even know what their goal is. Fly in front of my camera.
I just
yeah, so next segment's called Embrace Debate. So I just got a couple topics that we can like briefly talk about. This one kind of shooting this one at Ant, but anyone can answer obviously. Who would you rather see win a ring next year, CP3 or Melo?
I think Chris Paul. Melo won't. I don't think he's going to be in the league next year, to be honest with you.
So you wouldn't want to see him win one?
He already has one. I'm not.
He doesn't have a ring yet.
He does. He is married, and that's the number one win in life.
If your whole goal in life is to get married, you will not enjoy your life. That's your entire goal. It's like, got him. I got married. What do I do now?
See, look,
let's go.
Yeah, and you have other goals.
I know.
Hey, you can't win a title. You gotta pick your battles. You know you want that one. So, but in all honesty, yes, Chris Paul. After what I've seen the last couple of years with him, I was just like, wow, like
the choke artist.
Yeah, well, he chokes. He goes from going 12 for 12 from the field in a playoff game. Like, oh my God, Chris Paul still got it, and then he just fucking folds, tails off. And you're like, damn, like, please just get a ring so you can retire. Because
do y'all remember some of Chris Paul's like turnovers that he had? I was like, that I've actually never seen that happen.
Crazy.
Like it was just like dribbling off a pick and roll, just lost the ball.
Yeah.
Or just like dribbling in lane, stopping, looking, like making a pass just like at the big's feet, out of bounds. No one ever touched the ball. I'm like, what is this? What is going on right now?
I thought he was injured when I was watching him because I was like, I don't know why this is happening. I've never like Chris Paul has like the lowest turnover rate in NBA history, pretty much. I'm pretty sure. And he was just like giving the ball away for nothing. It was looking like Russ out there, just dribbling all this.
I'll throw my guy in there.
He was at the game, so maybe it was
touching him. Why do
guy.
you defend
That's
him?
my guy. That's my PG one until
Why?
further notice.
Why? Why are you defending him?
Because Darvin Ham said he knows how to use him, and I believe him.
Do y'all think that the Nets are actually going to be able to get rid of Kyrie and KD? Because apparently they want all of the world for KD, and no one wants Kyrie other than the Lakers.
Did you see, was it
No, I don't think they're going to be able to get rid of either of them because they're such good players that they want so much from them, but like they come with so much baggage / like it's just a lot of risk. And the Nets are like, yeah, give us like your best 2 young players and all your draft picks for Kevin Durant that might get injured / might just not like it there.
Yeah, like we all know Kevin Durant's not going to play outside of LA, New York, or like he's not playing in DC because the Wizards, like our organization, is.
Bro, he's from the DMV though.
If Wizards traded for Kevin Durant, I might have to rescind my Kevin Durant hater card just for a couple of years.
No, I would do it IRL, bro.
I was talking about this with someone the other day. I know the Wizards aren't good, so like, okay, that would be a reason not to go there right away. But he's from here. He's from the DMV, DC area, and like Bradley Beal just signed 5 years. I'm not going to say anything about Taj Gibson just signing.
It'd be a better situation than what he has at the Nets. Like to play with Bradley Beal, I think that's better than playing with Kyrie because Kyrie has not been playing.
I agree with that, but what do you guys think the package looks like? If you can, name some players off the top of your head, what do you think your package looks like? And then what is your
What's my package look like? Yo.
I don't know. Like,
because Rui's not good. I know Brian like Rui.
Rui has potential.
Oh, the guy's hurt every time.
He's like 25 now too.
It was mental health.
I'm giving up. I'm giving Porzingis, Kuzma.
I can't give up. No, I'm kidding.
I'm giving those 2 and Denny, and then
Denny's
whatever draft.
Denny has potential.
No, I don't think you guys have good players. Look at your roster.
We have no players to trade. Like we have no one. Like Denny Avdia is like I don't know what he's good at. I just know that he's a basketball player.
He goes out there and he's working.
He does conditioning every game. Like
I've seen him play. I don't think he shoots. He doesn't shoot that much. He doesn't pass much. He doesn't rebound much. He doesn't defend much. He doesn't dribble that well.
Bro.
Like we just signed Thomas Satoransky back.
Ooh, Satoransky. I like that.
You guys got Johnny Davis. That's the guy who did the Taco Bell commercials. Remember that?
Yeah.
Draft day one?
He's supposed to be good, right?
Johnny Davis is amazing. No, I'm not even capping, bro. In 2 years, him and Bradley Beal are going to be the best backcourt in America.
Okay. God, that's what
best guards.
John Wall. No.
Oh, John Wall.
They were up there, bro. They were in the debates of best. Like
John Wall was so good on the Wizards, and he's about to have a revival. Kawhi is about to back out of John Wall.
Johnny Davis reminds me of what's the guy off in the Magic? Suggs. Jalen Suggs. Like I think there's a similarity there in how they play. But Will Barton too. I forgot we had him in that random trade with the Nuggets.
Oh,
and he's a great role player and defender. Like if you put
Gafford's good too.
Will Barton's like a fantasy waivers guy that you pick up when you need someone.
You could tell anybody though. Like there's very few trades that, as a sports fan, you hear if it's not superstar for superstar that you're like that makes sense. You're just like, why would they do that? Well, there's a lot of other reasons behind just like this is actually an equal trade, like from contributors. That's how a lot of people think about it. And I don't think that's what the teams are necessarily thinking about. But I mean, Will Barton, you take Porzingis, like, is he 7'3"?
Yeah,
Porzingis is really tall.
What?
He's like 6'8".
So you get Porzingis, Kyle. Probably.
Ant thinks Paul George and Porzingis are the same height.
Monte Morris too. Monte Morris is a good guard. If you put Porzingis,
we're just naming too much average right now. I guess maybe the Nets want a bunch of average.
But we don't have anything above average.
I know. I'm saying, like, I don't know. That's why I'm saying I don't think it can happen.
But
like,
the
we're
thing-
naming some of us average players.
The thing that I'm so confused about with Washington sports is like, why are we not a free agency destination? Why does no one want to play here? Like, we're the capital of the country, and like DC's not it's a major city. Like, I don't get why players don't want to play here. It's not the prettiest city, I guess. Like,
It's
LA.
the cleanest.
What'd you say?
It's the cleanest, technically.
Yeah, I mean, like,
easy as
it's
dirty as hell.
No, it's. I'm talking about like it's actually got voted like last year or 2 years ago the cleanest like major city in the United States.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're comparing to like, sure, probably like Miami, New York's.
Yeah,
LA,
it's
New
disgusting.
York, Miami are gross. Like, you don't want to be like. I mean, there are obviously clean parts, but the parts that are not clean.
No, parts of DC is nasty too. But like the actual city people visit, where the mall, the national monuments and mall and everything is, the cleanest place to go to. But no, I'm saying Kuzma, Porzingis, and Barton. And now that I'm looking at it, that probably wouldn't make sense. How much is KD making?
30.
I don't even know. I don't think he's qualified for like super maxes because he doesn't stay anywhere long enough. But
Porzingis overpaid, 32 mil.
32? I'm telling you, man. You just got to show, you got to have potential 1 year. You get paid and then you can just dick around.
It's the fact that his nickname was the Unicorn. So, like, everyone wanted.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Porzingis. I feel like he's just afraid to get injured again at this point. I feel like he just plays like he's afraid to get injured. KD is making 43 this year.
Okay, Porzingis and Will Barton. There's your 44, 45 mil. And throw in some draft picks. Let them come here.
That is the worst package.
It is like the only team that can put in better packages are like the Thunder and like like maybe the Nuggets, maybe. Like,
if you went back to the Thunder, their fan base would explode. Like actually, like, and enjoy. I'm saying they would be so happy, but like, I don't know how that happens unless you just sort of.
If I'm the Thunder, I'm chilling, bro. They have so much potential in their squad right now that they could like be a powerhouse in a couple years if they can lock in.
I think I think actually the best option for KD would probably be the Heat, because like you could trade Tyler Hero, maybe like
he fits in with the Heat, honestly, their culture type thing.
Yeah, maybe like Tyler Hero, Victor Oladipo, and a bunch of draft picks would be like enough, because Tyler Hero's got like a lot of upside.
Like, he's copying LeBron, going to Miami.
Oh yeah. I don't think he
wants to be LeBron so bad.
He wants to stay out of that fucking limelight. He does not want to deal with that shit. He's soft. But I digress. I want to go on to this topic. Is Rasheed Wallace better than Giannis Antetokounmpo? Because I was at work, and when I tell you this guy Lawrence, man, he's from California.
Dang, we doxing people, and you say where he's from.
Hey,
like, you have to say his name.
Lawrence from California works at, lives.
Dude,
married to.
He really thinks Giannis is not good. He said he had no turnaround jumper. He said he has no post game. I said, what the hell are you talking about? Can you tell me what constitutes a post game? I'm watching Blazer highlights, right? Because I'm assuming that Rasheed Wallace, 2001 is about his best year. John, I think he had like 19 points a game. So I'm like, okay, this is his best year. Great. So I'm watching the highlights, and this guy like makes a small turnaround. He's like, oh yeah, Giannis isn't stopping that. Giannis can't do that. I said, what? So I pull up Giannis highlights. I could show any highlight.
Who's this guy a fan of?
I don't know. He's just a nice guy. I don't know.
He's like an old school hooper guy.
Yeah, he's old school. But
he takes MJ over LeBron.
I mean, that's a bait for another day. But
yeah.
I just
so to say about
the blasphemy that he really thought that Rasheed Wallace was better than him.
No one else thinks that.
Talk about a hothead. If Giannis dunked on him twice in a game, he's immediately getting ejected.
Oh yeah,
not even close.
Like, he used that excuse. He was like, "Oh well, he was a hothead, and he also like he never wanted to be the best player on his team." What do you mean? No, the market just said you're not that good. Like, you're a good player, but like,
and also if you don't want to be the best, like, that's a bad attribute to have as a player.
I agree.
Also, yeah, he never averaged over 20 points in a season. And
Yeah.
I mean,
he
he's a
averaged like
great
19 and 6, like best year. Like, bro, Giannis literally averages like 35, 10, and 12 every year.
And he
Giannis
said
is
the
like
game's soft. I'm like, dude, you can't do that. That's not how.
so.
Rasheed Wallace is actually a really good shooter.
Like, can people just admit that basketball players have gotten better? It's okay. They get better every year. And someday there will be someone better than Giannis. Like, people act like it doesn't evolve. Like, nah, Bill Russell is the GOAT big man. Like, no, he wouldn't even get playing time if he was playing in
Yeah,
Like,
come on,
I
dude.
just don't get why people think that people don't get better. Like, in literally every aspect of humanity, we get better over time. Like, at whatever we're doing, we're going to get better at it. Why is basketball not part of that? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Nope. I watched this when I was growing up. This guy's the best. Okay, great.
If Giannis did his, I called it at the top of the key and took a couple dribbles and stared down Wallace. By the time Rasheed Wallace started to get in his defensive stance, Giannis is gonna.
Giannis 2 steps from the
Like-
3-point line and is dunking.
Yeah.
Like, Giannis is, I think, even though like Jokic and Embiid are like higher MVP candidates, I think Giannis is like the most impactful player on an NBA court.
I think he's like the best player in the NBA.
Yeah. Like, if you have Giannis, your team is just like it's
It's
not
like when you had LeBron,
Yeah, I was about
and
to
he
say,
wasn't
like-
winning MVPs yet, but everyone's like, he's kind of the best.
like, I don't think Giannis is on LeBron level, but like it's like LeBron, how
Yeah.
he has the ball and you're just like, well, we just have to hope that like he doesn't decide to dunk this time.
And it's crazy because like the only thing he, especially like that younger LeBron, he just doesn't have like the passing and the playmaking, but he's got everything else. Because LeBron
He's gotten
really
better.
wasn't
He's gotten
shooting
better,
like
but
that.
yeah.
I saw some
But-
good I was watching him play and I saw some good passes in the playoffs. I was like, okay, Giannis is kind of improving there. I was like,
Did any team ever game plan to stop Rasheed Wallace, or did they say like, oh, we'll let Sheed get 15 and 5 in an ejection? Like, I don't think they had the game plan for him.
No.
Like, oh, play him like this. Like, no, just guard him straight up, and he's gonna score a couple
Rasheed
times.
Wallace is on the same level for me as Robert Horry. There's not like
Very
they're
similar.
big men that can
Right.
shoot threes. I'm not saying like their attitudes or their personalities or anything like that. Just like you're like Rasheed Wallace, I think probably was better offensively,
Yeah, he had probably a post game, but other than that, they do this.
but the overall impact on the game. All right, you just got to know where he is on a pick and pop, or he's going to get a couple offensive rebounds, second shots, and not have a couple of good defensive plays. But I don't know. He's not even half of Giannis.
No.
yeah. I think Rasheed Wallace impact wise is probably similar to like Draymond Green. Like, they probably had about the same impact on games.
Except
Especially when he was on
Draymond's
the
way
Pistons.
better. Oh yeah, I guess if
On the
you
Pistons.
huh?
Yeah, I don't
want
mean
that Pistons run he had, probably.
Yeah.
He had like that.
Yeah,
Draymond
like
style.
I don't mean like play style. Obviously, Draymond's like a lot different. He's a ball handler and a passer, but I feel like overall impact and like the vibe that they give, I feel like Rasheed and Draymond
I like
are very
that.
similar.
Players played so many more games back then.
Draymond's a Hall of Famer though. Is Rasheed a Hall of Famer?
I mean, Draymond's only a Hall of Famer because of the rings, though. Like,
Yeah,
he's
you're
not a
right.
Hall of Famer.
If they weren't winning, then he wouldn't be, I guess.
Yeah.
But did
Um,
Robert Horry not get inducted to the Hall of Fame?
No, he's not getting that jump. Big shot Bob, bro. He averaged like 7.
How many players get into the Hall of Fame every year in the NBA?
Like 20.
Whoa.
What? It's not that many.
How many people retire every year?
There's probably that many. There's probably that many people inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame, not the NBA Hall of Fame. Like, because like there was a basketball Hall of Fame
yeah.
where like they had like different previous like WNBA players, like people from different leagues that got inducted to the overall Basketball Hall of Fame. But NBA, I think it's like 2 or 4. I don't know.
Because in the NFL, it's 5 per year, and the NFL has like 64 players per team. The NBA only has 15, so like it's got to be like 2 or 3, right?
Yeah, there's not that many, and I don't think there's like an exact number either. I think it's like you have to get like unanimously voted.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yep.
last debate topic I had is just a great debate for the ages. It's 5v5. Who wins? 5 Bobby Portises or 5 Steph Currys?
Seth.
Steph.
Wait,
Well, why wouldn't Steph?
5 Bobby Portis, 5 6'9" shooting ability, defensive ability Bobby Portises, or 5 Steph Currys.
5 Steph Currys. It's like you're walking around in a beehive. They're all over the place. No way.
I'm taking Bobby.
Let's go, bro. Bobby.
Bro, Bopo Cop, that dude is a
Oh.
monster. He's one of the most impactful players you'll see.
Bro,
With,
the energy
what's
he
his name?
brings.
He and like the memes he gives. It's content. He provides content.
I was just thinking of there's about no way that Steph stops him offensively.
He just
Then
has
he
to
just-
miss a shot, but then he gets his rebound because there's
But he
5
doesn't
Bobby
even have to shoot a
Portises.
jump shot. He doesn't have to shoot a jump shot unless
Yeah.
Steph gets and crazy good at predicting and taking a charge. Just take all the 4 Bobby Portises and put them a half court and let Bobby Portis back the same Steph down
Bro,
the whole
and think
way.
about Bobby Portis's motor to go after loose balls and rebounds. Steph's not getting a single rebound.
Oh, his ankles are shot. Like he's getting if he
Bobby Portis
So-
is diving every play.
Yeah, I don't know. That's like it's so hard to think about like how well, I guess it's 5-on-5 with 5 of each. So that's even different. I was thinking just
Look, it's
1-on-1s with like
madness,
No,
Sitters.
5-on-5.
Because it's always a switch. You could just switch everything. So it's like I don't know. It's
Which Bobby get Bobby other Bobby get the
gets
other Steph. Bobby 1 gets Steph 3.
That'd be a good game, bro. Someone needs to make that in 2K and see who wins.
madness.
Ooh, I might actually do that.
Okay, so this last segment is called Ball Sack or Fact. You have to tell me if this is a ball sack quote or if this is a real quote or something real that happened. Okay, no Googling or anything, obviously.
I'll guess last because I use Twitter a lot more than I think anyone else here. So everyone else guess
All
first.
right. So this is a quote, allegedly from Skip Bayless about LeBron. We've never seen a player this good entering year 20 since Michael Jordan.
That's easily cap.
that's he actually said that.
No, he didn't.
No. Wait. We've never seen a player.
Wait.
Was year 20? Did Michael Jordan play 20 years?
Michael Jordan
He was on the Wizards, remember? Because he
Oh.
like entered the NBA. He was on the Wizard when he was like 40.
No, this is cap.
Hmm.
He was, what's his name? Skip would never say anything like that. He would never put him and MJ in the same sentence.
But he was saying MJ's year 20 was better than LeBron's.
So no, it's still cap.
I say fact. I'm gonna go fact.
Easily cap.
It was cap. It was ball sack sports quote. Get ball sacked.
Guys, I'll let you know one thing. He'll never compare. I watched the show too much. He'll never compare.
But it's such a funny. It's so something he would say because LeBron is clearly just like head and shoulders better than MJ in his older years, and it's something he would just totally say.
Well, and like that just leads us to like, there's no way we get that correct because ball sack sports already ridiculous, and Skip Bayless is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's why I
But,
like
like,
it. I'm gonna start.
that's like
just
a-
pulling ones from.
Might
it.
as well just flip the coin.
Okay. So now I'm gonna pass it to Ant and KC. Do you guys have any like what's going on in the gambling world right now? What you guys like?
To be honest, I don't have anything because I have not been in work. So I'm not really seeing stuff. Again, I can definitely go this week. Well, obviously I gotta go to work. So this week at work.
Yeah, actually make sure you go to work this week.
I might show up to work.
I'm definitely gonna go to work and I'll definitely get some trends for you guys next week. Me and Casey are gonna do a little friendly battle here and give you guys some picks. Hope you guys make some money on the side.
And we're getting the socials up and running, so we'll get those posted. Some of the, I think the only thing I had a couple things. I mentioned this to you guys the other day, the whole trend around Nerfies, no front runs first inning in MLB.
Mhm.
Yep.
The first game every day has not scored in the first inning, like 12 of 15. And then today, the Cubs and Mets did not score in the first inning. So
How
like,
early do baseball games play? They have like daytime games, right?
yeah, a lot of them are at 12:05, like Eastern. Some of them do, but like some even. But like, if you just put $100 down back when that started and just did $100 through, I mean, you're up $900 right now, or now $1,000, just because you just said there's not going to be a run scored. So I think that's crazy. Like that. I don't know. That trend is
Nerfy.
what's trending.
Do you
right
guys hop on the Nerfy gang, or you just like sort of see the trend that's happening?
When I first started, I was kind of doing that, but those a lot of those kind of bets we in our, at least in our world, we'll call it like just instant gratification bets. Like like it's quick money. Like
Everyone else is doing it. I could post about it if it hits.
Yeah, or I can get in on it. Like everybody's taking it. It's it's a quick little sweat you get in.
Yeah. Or it's something that like if you look at the two pitchers and like there's so many different statistics you can look up around like how many runs and hits they even allow per inning. And then you like look at the two best when they're actually facing each other, opposed to when a great pitcher's facing an average one. You can look at the two and you're like, oh, there's no way they're allowing a run in the first inning. So there's just higher odds. So you can like parlay that with something to even get better odds that you're confident in. So yeah, it's definitely instant gratification. And then I got a crazy it's called Nuke Your Mama bet that these guys are saying. First of all, this guy named I think I mentioned this to you guys as well, at Kim Picks. He has a Kim Jong-un picture of his Twitter.
Okay.
He actually got tagged recently in a legitimate tweet around like missile tests in Korea accidentally, like from a news like profile like that was verified. And then that got flagged actually because he was then tweeting about but his main tweets are like, blow this up and you'll get a new nuke bet, or play of the day, nuke this fellas, and like all my degens, nuke this, and it's just too much, man. I've seen so much of the funniest stuff. You should see some of the comments on those too. Oh my god, all of this like bomb emojis and all this other stuff. It's like, okay, ridiculous.
You have one though, you were saying, or no?
Oh no, I just had that Twitter account. I'm gonna
Kim. What's it? Kim Picks, like KIM.
KIMS.
Oh, Kim's Picks. Okay.
KMS picks.
Kill myself, Biggs.
I would actually go along very well with this.
Yeah, that would not.
Nuke Your Mama, is that better? I don't think that's better than KMS.
I don't know. I feel like betting in KMS is kind of a
fine
line.
That's true.
But yeah, I'd have to, as soon as we get these accounts up and running, and me and Ant will either make a new account, put some money in, start showing our tweets or bets, and we'll see who can make the most money better than the market.
Back in my sports betting account. I'm definitely gonna get back into it when the NFL season starts, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
You guys can't be on the same account though, right? It'll be like, oh, you switch locations too quickly.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like even if it's like,
you guys can just talk about it though.
Yeah, sure.
I've heard like businesses that were they're actually advertising their accounts, but they have multiple people that want to make the bets, and they'll log in and then like, yep, our account got banned, we have to make a new one. I've actually seen that happen twice.
Can you like register as a business account with the thing or something?
No, because it's all under your social. You have to like meet certain criteria as a human being to bet. Like it's like, yeah. But yeah.
Okay, well that's it from the. We don't even have a name for the. Do we have a name for the betters? The better segment? Gambling? Gamble, bro. It's gotta be something with your name.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Gamble?
Gamble's corner.
Ken Gamble. Kenneth gambles.
That's true. Kenneth does gamble. Kenneth's gamble.
Gambles.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna eventually, as we get going, have some. I'll get a little bit better set up and have some card pack openings for NBA. I just ordered a bunch of them, so they should be in the next. Actually, it takes a while. It takes like 10 days for them to come in because of the demand, but
we'll buy them on eBay.
2 weeks. 2 weeks from now, we'll have it on the pod. The opening.
Let's go.
Unless I go to a Target and they have them restocked, then I'm just gonna walk in, buy 5, walk out, buy 5. Okay, keep doing it until they realize I'm the same person.
Get Wes to do it for you, bro.
Oh yeah, Wes.
Yeah, can't say no. Can't say no to him.
All right, our next segment is called the Haters Corner. So this is VVS. Our own VVS is going to be leading this one off. I don't really know what he has planned, but I'm just kick it over to you.
Welcome to the Haters Corner, where we believe that some people have it just a little too good, so we got to bring them down. Our first target for the Haters Corner today is Jeanie Buss. I don't know if y'all have seen Jeanie Buss lately, but this woman is violent. So Jeanie Buss there was this whole thing where she's a I don't know what her exact position is. I think she's president. Is she owner of the Lakers?
Yeah, she's like a co-owner.
Yeah, she's like co-owner of the Lakers. She inherited it. Her father used to own it. She inherited this position. And she's like 60, she's 60 years old right now. There were tweets that have resurfaced recently that were in like 2008, 2006. So she was like 45 years old, of her like thirsting over current NBA players like Kevin Love and like I think Chris Paul was another player. She was like sitting courtside, can't wait to get some of that Chris Paul like at CP.
They're handsome. That's two handsome guys though.
And like, but
what was her position at that point? Was she like owner of the Lakers then?
Her position was daughter of the owner of the Lakers. She inherited this. She didn't like
kind of thought around.
So I mean, but like owners of sports teams are just rich people anyway. Yeah. Like they don't have basketball qualifications. But she was thirsting after players, and these players are still current NBA players. So you got to wonder, like, when she's talking to, you know, the executives about trade for people, is she like Russ? I've been eyeing Russ.
Ryan, to piggyback off that, maybe there's a reason why Chris Paul never got traded to the Lakers. Remember, he was supposed to be with Kobe. They're like, nah, Jeanie been in.
Stern veto.
She actually talked about why they didn't get Chris Paul.
No,
like set the record straight, but we don't have to go with her story.
She probably set the record straight because David Stern was like, I've seen your tweets, Jeanie. I know what you're trying to do. You talk to your dad about this one. So, but that's not even the end of it. The thing is, Jeanie Buss, now she's like kind of involved in the day-to-day operations of the Lakers, it seems, because she's like taking advice from a lot of people, and people are saying that she's taking advice from too many people. She's like talking to a bunch of people, and she was talking about how much she missed Kobe, and obviously she misses Kobe. Kobe plays his entire career with the Lakers. He's probably like one of the most iconic players attached to a specific team in NBA history. It's like Michael, Kobe, and honestly Steph at this point. So it's like obviously she misses Kobe, but people were like talking about how her relationship with LeBron is kind of not that good, and how LeBron was like maybe vying for them to make some trades at the deadline. And Jeanie Buss was like, you get what you get. Like, you built this team, you got to stick with it. And I was like, why is Jeanie in favor of Kobe back then? Why is she listening to all these people? I'm assuming people like Magic Johnson and probably like, I don't know, James Worthy or people who used to play for the Lakers. Why is she listening to all these people? Why is she not listening to LeBron? Maybe Jeanie Buss never had a crush on LeBron. Maybe Jeanie Buss.
Maybe he didn't put out.
Ooh, maybe Jeanie Buss was doing some quid pro quo.
LeBron wasn't trying to bust Jeanie.
Ooh. Who knows? Like, it's just sus. Like, why would she not listen to LeBron? LeBron got her a championship.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I mean, I guess maybe she
built basically that he wanted.
Yeah, like they gave up all that for Anthony Davis, and it paid off. Like now, I mean, Anthony Davis is kind of seems like he's kind of checked out. That story about him not picking up a basketball, I think it was way overblown. Like, did y'all hear about that?
When he was with FaZe?
Yeah, like players don't like. They take a break.
He was also like injured.
Yeah, like it was kind of normal that he hadn't shot in 3 months or whatever. But yeah, what is y'all opinions now that y'all are informed about Jeanie Buss?
I think that I agree that she doesn't seem like her and LeBron have like a great owner to player relationship. I don't really think LeBron has ever had a great owner to player relationship though. Like, I don't know. I don't remember about Pat Riley, but like they were just like, they didn't need any other pieces. They just needed to like keep winning type thing. And then obviously LeBron and Dan Gilbert like absolutely loathe each other. So, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Buss doesn't like him, but like, I don't know. He had definitely played a huge role in like Russ coming to the Lakers. And so the fact that like he probably has voiced that he doesn't think that he's a good fit, like I could see that being annoying from Jeanie Buss's standpoint. But like, I don't know, maybe listen to the player that has won 4 championships and been to like 1,000 and seen the best teams ever, and not like yourself who has 0 basketball experience, Jeanie.
I think LeBron had one miss. He's had like 2 hiccups in his life. I think the decision was just kind of bad. I loved it. I mean,
why was it bad?
I loved it as a kid, right?
Why was it bad?
Like, because like it was just kind of like rude.
Bro, he donated all $2 million to the Boys and Girls Club.
It's not about the money. It's not about the money.
That's why he did it, though.
He made it a spectacle.
And then he said, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach, just like Kobe said, I'm going to take my talents to the NBA when he was in high school. It was the same verbiage. You didn't even know that, bro. Educate yourself.
That doesn't change the fact that he made it a spectacle. I think that's the only other blemish. I mean, maybe the finals too, but you can't win everything. And then Russ, that's it.
Yeah, I agree with the decision thing. I think the decision was a little it was a little much. Like for now,
looking
if someone
back at it,
yeah,
as a kid, I loved it, but looking back at it, I could see why adults hated it.
Yeah,
I loved it, and I still do.
It would have been bad if he did all that and they never won a championship. I think I think that
I think that was bad. That was bad. The party was terrible. Chris Bosh said that they didn't even know that was happening. They just went. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna do an event, and you, LeBron, and D Wade are gonna talk at it." And he goes, "We showed up, and they had our jerseys ready, and they said, 'Go out, the crowd's ready.'" And they're like, "What are we doing?" And they just went out in their jerseys. He's like, smoke, fire going up, and he's like, "We're just out there like, all right, I guess we're gonna put on a show."
I did not know that. That's pretty interesting.
That's not one, not two, not three. I thought that I was like, when he kept going, I was like, wait a second. I was like, when he was like, not one, I was like, yeah, not two. I was like, yeah, not three. I was like, okay, not four. I was like, wait,
that was a lot.
I was like,
how long is your contract? But yeah, so what do you guys think of Jeanie Buss, though? I think that was the end question. I think that her and LeBron probably don't have a good relationship, but I honestly am a LeBron guy, but I don't necessarily blame her.
When did she take over ownership?
I'm pretty sure her father passed, right?
Yeah, but just like when did she take over the ownership?
I'm going to say 10 years ago.
I think it was more recent than that,
Yeah,
actually.
I thought it was really recent.
I don't think it was 10. I think it was...
Let's see.
I'm going to say 10 years.
Let's say 26.
Jerry Buss.
Jeanie Buss take over Lakers.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
2017.
I told you.
She took over in 2017, but her father died in 2013. So it was.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking because Jarrett, because I knew that.
Yeah. I know you did that.
But she's obviously been a part of the Lakers her whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like even if she was holding a higher role within the Lakers, I feel like taking over the Los Angeles Lakers, there's a pressure to that, obviously. And I think she probably came in trying to talk more of a big game and like be more aggressive around like who says what and make more of a name for herself in that capacity that allowed her to get on the bad side of some players here and there. And I think LeBron's like, I'm going to control what I want to control. And now
I can see that.
I think that happened.
Yeah.
And what you think about Jeanie? You think LeBron busts them guts or
Never. We know LeBron's
loyal to the soil.
Faithful.
The most loyal man in the world.
Wait till Phil hears this, bro. Phil is our 5th podcaster, guys. He might be on an episode at some point, might not. But he swears that his friend saw LeBron cheating in a club in Miami like 7 years ago. And I'm like, bro, are you sure your friend didn't just make it up? He's like, nah, she was there. I was like,
I remember that report that came
still
out. And I think LeBron, she said like LeBron DM'd her or whatever too. That's just like, nah, I could never believe it.
Yeah.
He'd never do that to Savannah.
No, I really don't think he could. I really don't think he could.
Anyway, what else up the haters' corner? Or is it mainly just Jeanie Buss this episode?
This episode is just Jeanie Buss. Just kind of, that's it. We're going to have just one person per episode.
Focus on it.
Okay.
All right. Well, real quick.
And also, to recap, there's no accusation of sexual harassment or assault from Jeanie Buss toward any LA players, just in case.
Just a hostile workplace.
Yeah, no accusation of anything. No accusations. I'm a reporter. That's all I am. I am a journalist.
Dang, who's your sources?
My sources are
Ball sacks 4. All right. Let's go ahead. We talked earlier. We're going to be doing the draft of the best NBA performances. All right, Casey, first pick.
Oh man. Is individual game or like overall performance?
Yeah, it's just individual game by one player.
LeBron versus Pistons. Or was it the Celtics? We had no Pistons when he went for like 28 and he scored the last like 30 points of the game.
That was on my list. Game 5 versus Pistons, 2007 Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah,
we were watching that in our basement.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I was like, this guy.
I was like, that's when I knew he's the GOAT.
Yeah, I'd never seen someone score. He scored what? 48 points. Scores the team's last 25 points in a row.
Yeah,
and it's tough jumper after tough jumper. I'm like,
and he wasn't a shooter at all then.
No, not at all. He shot
and
like
some
Westbrook.
of the most ridiculous finishes too. Like he was going in the air and like changing.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm literally at home at my TV.
Brian, what's your first pick?
Kobe, 81.
It's a good one.
I forgot he scored 81.
Bro.
All right.
And I already know what yours is.
Wait, how many picks do we have in this draft?
It's 3 total.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go LeBron, Game 6, Boston, 2012. You lose this game, you're probably out. You're out of the GOAT conversation forever. You never become the player that he is now. 45, 15, and 5.
Okay.
It's just an amazing, easily his best game ever, I think.
Okay, well, I can't believe this one's still on the board. I'm going to go with Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game, most iconic performance of all time.
With the piece of paper, yeah, that 100 right there.
And then my next one, I actually looked up some games, so like I didn't just know these, but this one was just crazy to me. I'm going to take Kobe's 62-point game against the Mavericks. He scored 62 in 3 quarters, and then he was winning 62-61 against the Mavericks himself. And then Phil Jackson took him out of the game because he was shooting too much.
Wait. I have to watch that game.
I haven't watched it, but I figured that out. That Phil Jackson literally pulled him. He didn't play the fourth quarter. He could have had like 90.
Damn. Is this before he scored 81?
I don't know. I'll have to get the facts for you.
Oh, I'm just curious.
Actually,
is it my turn now?
That one.
So yeah, now it's you, Ant.
I can go a couple ways here. I'm gonna go Kobe, 60-point game, his last game ever.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Actually, I didn't even have that.
Just a beautiful game. I'm pretty sure we all were glued to the TV there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a beautiful game. Just nothing to say. He really went out like Kobe.
Yeah, he did. Brian.
I'm going with Kawhi Leonard, Game 6.
Game 6.
What even was that? It wasn't the conference finals against the Mavericks. The divisional round, I guess, when he went for 45. John and Casey. I don't think Phil was there. We were in Casey's house watching that game.
Phil was there because he was a Luka hater.
Oh yeah, he was there, wasn't he? Yeah. We were watching that game, and every shot Kawhi was just pulling up money after bucket, and John had just finished talking trash about how trash Kawhi was. I was like, this is the greatest game I've ever.
That's like the worst. That was like the worst, like instant just comeback that I've had a player do to my face when I'm just garbaging them and they just destroy what I'm just saying. That's a pretty. Casey, what you got for your second pick, and you get your second and third here.
I forget what game it was. I just remember like the stat because I was looking up. I was like, no one's ever gotten a quadruple double, have they? And then that David Robinson.
Dang, I had that one.
35 or 34 or something. And he had
34,
like 10,
34, 10, 10, and 10. Yeah.
Wow.
10
And
blocks.
then was it I'm sure it was Wilt. I had to have been. I'm pretty sure Wilt Chamberlain had 55 rebounds in one game. I think that's the most ridiculous thing ever. The teams don't even get 40 rebounds in games nowadays. Like,
Yeah.
like I would say that or. Oh, John's gonna hate this one.
Well, is it? Are you taking?
No, I'm not
the
doing
Wilt
that. I'm
one?
not doing
Okay.
the 55 right. I'm doing Clay's 34 in one quarter or whatever he did.
36.
Where he hit 30. Yeah,
Yes.
that was the
Pretty
most
mid.
ridiculous.
Other quarters.
Just never seemed they didn't miss. Like
Yeah, his other quarters were not very good.
no. compared.
All right.
Didn't he take like 6 dribbles that whole game or something?
Yeah.
It was something ridiculous where he also he didn't have the ball in his hands for more than like 35 seconds the whole game. Like it was just like
when he scored 60.
Huh?
That's when he scored 60, right?
Yeah, I think so. Had to have been.
Okay.
All right. Back to Brian
Um,
for your final pick, and then we're gonna do honorable mentions or slash like.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna
ones.
have to go.
That's a
I'm gonna have to
lineup.
go with the Jordan flu game.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, he wasn't even sick. He was just hungover from gambling all night. LeBron would never. He would literally, quite literally never. All right, Ant, your final pick.
All right. I got a couple here. I really want to throw this one in because I remember watching this in Las Vegas and being shocked. But I'm gonna switch it up and I'm gonna go LeBron Game 1, 2018 Finals.
Oh, I have that one.
51, 8-8. I don't know if it's another great LeBron game if you watch the highlights, but I really do think that they maybe win that series. I think that's peak LeBron, like his best ever.
Yeah.
That 2017, 2018 LeBron.
I think it might be.
I think that's his final form. And if JR doesn't fuck up or if what's his name makes a free throw.
Yeah, Jordan Clarkson or George Hill, one of them.
George Hill, yeah. I really do believe that they win that game and maybe, it goes to 7 games instead of being, what did he lose in 5 or did he get swept? I think he got swept, right?
Yeah, they didn't. I remember that was when I was back when I lived in Madrid. I moved to Madrid right after that game. And it was 6-hour difference. So all the games were at like 3 a.m. I didn't even watch a second. I didn't watch any of that finals after the first game. I still haven't. I'll never look back on that.
I do believe, he could have won that series. I think just showing you the fact that how great this guy is, that he didn't have another good player on his team.
Yeah,
and he almost beat Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. Like,
insane.
Yeah.
And insane,
that was was that the Mo Williams, Anderson Varejao team?
Nah.
Oh, wait. Which team was it?
That was like it was like the George Hill, Kevin Love, Jordan Clarkson.
Okay.
Who's that lefty? He had
when J.R. Smith got the rebound and took it back.
Chetty Osman.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. My final pick. I think I'm gonna go Bill Russell. He had in a Game 7 NBA Finals against the Lakers. He had 30 points and 40 rebounds to win the game, which is just 40 rebounds, bro. Like, was anyone else playing? Like, you cannot get 40 rebounds now.
Yeah, teams now get like 55, and back then 40 was probably all the rebounds that his team got.
Yeah. And did they have shot clocks back then? I don't even know.
It was a shot clock invented. I don't know.
Like, because that made you have more shots. But anyway, Bill Russell, 30 points, 40 rebounds, a Game 7. I saw that stat line. I was like, that's crazy. And the fact that it was Celtics beating Lakers, that was a huge rivalry back then. So that's what I got. What you guys got for honorable mentions? I'm going to drop one first, though. Russell Westbrook, 57 points, 13 rebounds, 11 assists for the Rockets. That dude's elite.
Okay, Russ.
The most untalked about ridiculous game ever is definitely Scott Skiles, 25 and 30 assists.
That's crazy.
3 assists.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I don't even
like,
know who Scott Skiles is. I've heard
He
of
was
him.
the Wizards coach for a while. He was the like.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen his face.
Y'all would 100% recognize the guy.
I think I only recognize him.
That's crazy how you're saying how underappreciated it is. We don't even know who that is.
I'm gonna go with Bubble Dame. 55 points, 55 and 10. Remember against the Nuggets, and the guy put on a fucking clinic. 12 threes.
Oh my god, that was an insane game. That was like the
I've
craziest shooting
never seen
ever.
a man play that well in my life. I mean, obviously I have, but
I've never seen someone shoot that well.
I remember. I think we were texting the group chat like, "What is going on?" I remember that vividly. Like I'm at
Clay
the bar.
had like the best efficiency quarter of all time in the third quarter. Shout out third quarter Warriors. But Dame literally was pulling up like 15 feet behind the three, just shooting it like 10 possessions in a row.
And Austin Rivers is deflated. Like he's playing great D, and then just a screen will come real quick, and freaking Michael Porter Jr. doesn't pay any attention, and they just score. And he's just dropping his head, dropping his shoulder. I'm like, that's got to be like one of the craziest games. It was I think it was a playoff game too. So I'm like, this was like insane.
Yeah, we don't have to go in order for this, by the way. Just like throw it honorable.
I think all of bubble TJ Warren, because like, is that guy ever even gonna matter again?
Oh my god!
Is he still in the league?
Yeah, he's on the Nets. I think
the Nets. Yeah, I think. Oh, I forget the exact seconds, but T-Mac scored like 13 points in 30 seconds to beat the Spurs when he was on that.
Bro, it was in like 12 seconds. Like it was literally like in less. Like he scored more points than seconds or something.
I think
he literally stole like 2 inbounds and then hit like a 4-pointer. I was like, what?
Yeah, he hit 4 threes. One was an and one, made the free throw in 30 seconds.
Literally what we dream of when we're like, oh, we're down. Oh, hit a 3. Oh, if we just steal it, hit a 3, steal it, hit a 3, steal it, hit a 3, steal it, hit and 1 3, we win. And that's literally what he did.
Could you imagine the guy, he's last leg of the parlays for the Rockets to win, and he's just like, oh, this is not hitting. And then freaking
there was someone
Max scores 13. He would literally just, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. That guy was the happiest person, but also imagine if you had the Spurs to sweep them and then they didn't get swept because of that.
I got 2. I'm gonna go with Devin Booker scoring 70. It's not I look back. He did it in a loss, which is kind of weak, but
he probably shot his team out of the game.
How do you score 70 and lose? That's got to be just so
I wonder how many shots he took, like 50.
He did it in Boston too, which is pretty cool. But my final one, KD Game 7, 2019, 48 points, Eastern Conference semifinals against the Bucks. He had 48, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. Remember that 3 he hit, and then he hit another 3 with his toe on the line, so they ended up not winning.
I do remember.
So I thought that was a really great game. I watched that again, and
that's classic like court awareness. You got to have that as an NBA player.
But I think he hits that shot. If it's a 3-pointer, I think his team is still together. I think Kyrie and James Harden are still together. I think they're probably in the finals. I think they might win. They might win that, and we're not talking about trading Kyrie or KD, and James is probably still there.
One thing that one recently was Giannis's 50-point performance in the finals just to close out the Suns.
That was crazy. The other reason he gives me LeBron vibes is Giannis has become like the type that's so regular to put on a spectacular performance that it's just like, Giannis does that.
He's like so consistent, and he's figured out a way to, if he's only scoring 20 or 25, which is low for him, he's still putting up 13 and 7 somehow elsewhere and having like 3 blocks. So like he's just overall impact is
no one even talks about like how many clutch defensive performance Giannis has. Like if it's the last like 2 minutes of a game, you're not scoring on Giannis. Like he will block every layup. Like I watched this last playoffs. He was like blocking every shot.
He's so disciplined on defense. Like he knows when he doesn't go for pump fakes either. Like he's so hard to score on.
He knows
like,
when
Giannis
to take his chances.
Yeah. One One performance that is never talked about, but I love, is Draymond Green's 32-point, 15 rebound, 9 assists, Game 7 of the 2016 Finals that he lost to LeBron. They probably lost because Draymond had 30. You're not winning if Draymond scores 30. So that's one of my favorite all-time performances.
That's definitely one of the weirdest performances.
He can't celebrate his best game ever because they lost, like they blew a 3-1 lead. I love that so much.
Bro, maybe you should have a segment on the haters corner.
I know. I was just thinking about it. I was like, I have not complimented any player except for LeBron.
I just saw a stat. Jokic has the most triple doubles in the NBA history under 30 minutes.
Ant doesn't care about that because triple doubles won't matter to him. Russell Westbrook's averaged it for like 9 years in a row.
It shows you
that is crazy.
If a bad player can do it, anybody can do it.
Jokic's a bad player?
No, Russell.
Oh,
one I wanted to add in was one of my friends played in a basketball league with toddlers, and he scored 93 points.
Toddlers, okay.
This guy Ant played in a men's league out in Vegas and scored 93 points. Like he hit 31 threes. Right? Did you
John all the time?
Did it to me all the time.
Literally.
I used to have you guys in scout team. I used to have you guys having to change defenses. He'd be like, "We're gonna run a zone," and then I'll hit like 5 corner threes in a row. He's like, "He's run man." God damn. I don't want to hear.
I don't know how we let you do that.
I like a little hole in my.
Anyway, that was the draft. I don't think I have a name for the draft yet, but it was just the
fantasy draft.
It's called the best top.
What?
I like it. I like you. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. This was episode 1. We're gonna release 1 per week, probably on like Mondays or something. So, yeah, looking for that. Thank you guys. You guys got anything else?
Yeah.
But right now, Third Quarter Warriors on Twitter and Instagram. No content yet, though, but content is coming.
No content, no picture, no bio, nothing.
Fresh account, new account. Who dis?
Facts.
Following back the first 30 that followed.
And then unfollowing a day later.
We're doing a giveaway at 100 followers, guys.
Yeah, we're giving away $10 million at 100 followers. So if this tweet gets 10K likes, I've never seen. I've liked a ton of those tweets. I'll be like, if this tweet gets 10K likes, like given like 100K in Bitcoin to so and so, but you have to be following so I can message you. Like. No, I don't. You can message me.
I'm confident those accounts, they just farm followers and then sell the account and just delete all their tweets before they sell.
Probably, yeah. And then the account has terrible interaction.
Yeah.
They buy.
The cash.
That's not fun to read. Look how many emojis are on this. Nothing but cash. Check.
Bro, he obviously knows his audience, bro. Some reason those gambling addicts love it. They're like, this must be a good bet.
3-unit max crown. Check.
That's what we need from you on the gambling account, bro. We need so many emojis.
This is bare minimum. This is bare minimum of what's going to be coming from me.
Just take their exact like way that they tweet and just change the word, or don't even change the word. Just tweet.
I'm just subbing out the not Rangers today, Yankees today. Eat this thing out. That's hilarious.
All right, well, that's all for this week. Peace.
See you guys.
Welcome to the third quarter, everybody.
What is this? What is going on right now?
I said, what the hell are you talking about?
What's my package look like? Yo!